what is maybe a situation that you may have personally dealt with, or you know somebody had dealt with where somebody had to get saved? Like, have you ever had to deal with that?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Like personally and professionally. Listen, I feel like people look at CPR almost like insurance. Like you don't even think about it
Yeah.
until you
Yeah.
need it.
Until you
Or you
need
don't
it.
even
Welcome to Dominate the Decade podcast, where we interview high-level entrepreneurs that are actually doing real things in real time that you can learn from so you can go back and dominate in your business. Listen, I got a really good guest today who's going to be breaking down some stuff that y'all need to learn. So listen, she had to correct me about her name because I was about to call her Marche. But I said, let me make sure we get this right. She said, you know how they say Lisa Ray? It's Marsha Ray.
There you go.
Marsha Ray.
Come on.
I got Marsha Ray in the building. She'll be breaking down the game. Listen, I need you to introduce yourself, tell the people where you're from, and what do you do exactly so we can get into the game.
So I'm Marsha Ray. I'm a founder and CEO of the Heart Academy. We specialize in entry-level healthcare education. So that's CNA, CPR, phlebotomy, that type of stuff. But I also have transitioned a little bit because other people have reached out and they want to do the same. So now I help burned out nurses, entrepreneurs, just serious people who want to take action and start their own CPR training business.
So is it only CPR or can they do anything? So like if somebody come to you and they're in the medical industry, let's just say, like you said, a burnt out nurse, but she don't want to do CPR. Maybe she just want to get into the wellness space. Maybe she want to do like body contouring. Maybe she want to do like where she pull up and give people IVs.
I
Can you
just got a group home approved last month.
a group home? So you doing group homes too?
I just do the paperwork. I can't do everything.
Okay,
But I
okay.
know compliance. And
Got you.
I know what it needs to say.
Got you.
So I just do the paperwork. And
Okay.
they pay me for that.
So somebody is probably, let's just say they watching this and they saying, all right, cool. I want to make sure I understand. Can she help me? So what would be the ideal individual who would come to you to get some assistance and get some help? What would the ideal person look like?
Really, anybody who's looking for an additional stream of income, or they might be trying to replace their income, but really the people that come to me are burned out, not just nurses. Like they might be a burned out fry cook, but they trying to branch out on their own and start their own business. And so that's kind of how I leaned into CPR because anybody can do that. They don't care if you're about your felony, your bad credit, your background, none of that. Like anybody can do that.
Wow.
And so that's kind of how I stumbled upon that, trying to get just somebody to be able to just be an entrepreneur and do their own thing.
So I like the idea of not having to have a degree
Oh, yeah.
because that means that what you offering people and how you helping people, that means that anybody could come off the street and they can get into the industry that you in. And I want to kind of talk about like how we got started this, but if a person wants to take advantage and let's just say have you teach them, what is like some average income that they can make monthly roughly?
Average, probably about 5 to 6,000,
Okay.
just depending. My average was like 10K a
Gotcha.
month, and that was just the CPR part. That wasn't anything else. It's just straight CPR.
Got you. Okay. So now I want you to do me a favor just so that the people could really understand and know who you are. Can you give us some background? Like, how do we go from where we at today? Like, where do you come from? How did you get into this industry? Is this something that you just was
I said,
born
where you
into?
come from?
Like we got to know who is this young lady?
So born and raised in Louisiana, Baton Rouge specifically, was kind of voluntold to be a nurse because my background, I wanted to do business management.
Okay.
So my parents wasn't having that. It was like either you're gonna get into healthcare or a mortician. Because one thing about it, people can always die, people can always be sick. So make your choice.
Wow.
So I didn't want to deal with the dead people. So I decided to try healthcare and nursing, and then I ended up liking it. So fast forward about 20 years or so as a nurse, COVID happened. Worked for about 2 or 3 years at this facility where I was in internal agency. So I wasn't their staff, but I was working like staff. So long story short, I ended up getting fired from that job. After about 2 years, I got fired. So I always say that job fired me and my business hired me. But let me just back up a little bit and tell you about the school. So with the Heart Academy, how that came about was I was director of nursing at a facility in Baton Rouge. And I kept getting the same complaints. So it's different when you're working at the bedside versus when you're in management. Because when it's a problem, who people want to see? They don't even care who who caused the problem, but they want to see the boss, the manager, your director of nursing or whoever. So anyway, long story short, if I'm being transparent, it was just some trash CNAs, like trash CNAs and some trash nurses. And instead of me complaining about it, I was like, I'm just gonna open the school and show them how they need to, how it's supposed to be, and train them up how I want them to be trained. And they laughed at me. They thought I was, but no, serious, dead ass. So what ended up happening was I opened the school and I kind of did it part time, just, dipping into it. Um, Fast forward to when I got fired, dealing with a CNA. Um, First 30 days, I had made 32,000 in my own business, just doing my own thing. So I'm like, man, I should have been stepped away, because I haven't been on a job yet that paid me over $30,000 in 30 days, regardless of the overtime or anything. So that that was the genesis of that. And so here we are today, me trying to show other people how to do it, because they be asking. But it does get overwhelming. And then I opened during the height of COVID.
Yeah.
So it was tough, but now I'm on the back end of it. We're getting it.
That's good.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like mom and dad were in this healthcare and or in that space, and they kind of was like, you gonna do one or the other, and you was like, I'm gonna listen to y'all, and I'm like, so did you go to college, or you just like, I'm just gonna go straight into this?
Yeah, I went to college. I graduated from ULL, which is the University of Louisiana in Lafayette.
And did the graduation, the degree help you with what you're doing? Like, did it help you with that?
It did.
Okay.
It did. So the healthcare background is definitely helpful. But what I will say is kind of how you were. I watched you on an interview a couple days ago, and you were saying that people see the front end, but they don't see the back end
Yeah.
of what you be doing. So when people reach out to me, especially for the CPR, they think, oh, I just go get a certification and boom, like abracadabra, and we making money.
Yeah.
And that's not how it happens. So I tell people they don't understand that CPR is really not like an emergency healthcare business. It's really a marketing business. And so I try to explain to people that you got to understand what business you in. It's just like it's like a barber. A barber not around here selling haircuts. The business that he really in is confidence building. So it's the same thing with CPR. It's not like a healthcare business. It is a marketing business. I would say I do about 80% marketing and 20% teaching. So it's
So like
basically.
when a person comes to you and they decide to, like, just say, do what you do, what are some of those first steps that they need to do in order to like start, whether it be CPR, whether it be,
CNA,
just CNA,
phlebotomy.
phlebotomy, whatever it is, like what does that process look like for a person to get into your industry, get into your field?
I will say first off, and I know this gonna sound cliche, but I'm going to say they have to have the mindset. Like they got to be built for it, because as soon as they get a no, and they will, because nobody really get approved by the state on their first go around.
Okay.
As soon as they get that no, they're gonna tap out.
A no to
And
what exactly? Who's saying
to
yes or no?
Louisiana Department of Health
Okay, so what?
or
So
the
what if
Board
I'm
of
in
Regents.
Texas? Just the Texas Board of Health, they may tell me no, I can't do this. So then I just got to keep applying or keep.
You gotta tweak whatever they tell you to tweak.
Okay.
Like it is heavily based on state regulations and federal regulations. So they got to come in with the right mindset and not quit. And then from there, they got to be ready to like go to work, because starting out, if you don't have a lot of help, it's a lot. Like you got to wear all the hats. And when I started out, I did everything from marketing to mopping. So
Yeah.
like you got to wear a lot of hats, and you got to be ready to, people think, or it's a misconception that when you quit your job and you want to be an entrepreneur and I'm gonna make my own hours, and your
Yeah.
your own hours is 20 hours a day sometimes.
Yeah.
So they got to be ready to put in their work.
So it sounds like to me you're saying, okay, well, yeah, you may be leaving your job, but you running your own business. But it sounds like to me you're saying, although you're running the business, you got to work your business like it's a job too,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. And honestly, I wouldn't recommend that anybody quit their job when they first start out. to me, your job or your W-2 is like your business partner.
Okay.
So I use them people. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I use them people. So I learned all the skills, like management skills. I know how to hire, how
Yeah.
to fire, how to communicate. Like I learned all that from them people's job.
All right. So for the person that's listening right now, what is the first thing that they need to do? Let's just say they see this and they inspire right now to get started. What is the first step that they need to take in order to get into this space?
Call me.
Just call you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Send me a message, marshameansbusiness.com. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's the first step. Do that.
Okay. All right. So now let's just say if a person saying, "Well, I don't want to talk to you." So give me some game on how do I get started? Is there any website that I go to? I just want to try this. I just want to like get some. I just want to see some documentation. I want to kind of go through the process. Is there any steps that you would give a person?
Are you speaking specifically on a school or which, like
Like
a
let's
certain
just say if I wanted
program?
to get. Let's just say if I know that I don't have to have a degree. I don't have to have a per se certification. I can
So
have a background to get started. Like how can I get started? Even if it's one of the minimum things.
let me just preface this because with starting your own CNA training program or phlebotomy, you do have to have a degree,
Okay. Cool.
and you do have to either have a nurse manage, or when I'm saying a nurse, I mean a registered nurse, like a RN. You either have to have them manage it, or you have to be one yourself. So
Gotcha.
I don't wanna put it out there like
Okay.
just anybody could do it. But
Okay.
as far as CPR, anybody can do it.
Okay.
And I had this framework that I use called the CASH method. So I like acronyms. So CASH is an acronym. The first thing you need to do is certify, meaning go to American Heart Association or Red Cross, but I recommend American Heart. Go to American Heart Association, get your BLS, which is basic life saving certification as a provider, because you shouldn't be trying to teach anybody CPR if you don't know how to perform it
Okay.
first.
There we go.
So once you get certified, then you take an instructor class and get your instructor certification. So that's your C.
That's good.
A is get your equipment or assemble your tools. That's what it stands for. So your equipment, your rosters, all your things. If you want a location, you don't have to have one because it could be mobile. Like you can pull up to the nursing home or the church or the daycare or whatever. So assemble your tools and do everything you need with that. S is secure clients. So you got to get out there and market and tell people what you do, get some of these contracts, etc.
Good.
And then H is host the class. So it's just that simple. So certify, assemble your tools, secure your clients, and then host your class. It's just that simple.
And so if a person is deciding to host a class, what do you mean by host a class for clarity? Are they hosting the class to, let's just say, practice what they're going to do, or are they hosting the class to teach other people?
To teach other people.
Okay.
So they are teaching other people
So
CPR.
they will be a CPR instructor,
Correct.
and they'll make money off of instructing people how to be a CPR. Okay, I get it.
Correct.
That's making
Correct.
sense now. See, I'm learning too. Like I'm not
Yeah.
like I'm asking these questions because I'm just like them. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. And so I'm asking so that way I could gain clarity too. So you saying somebody could get into the CPR industry without any real, let's just say, certifications. They just need to kind of
Correct.
go through the
You
process.
really only need to be, and I'm speaking on American Heart Association, you need to be 18
Okay.
and know how to perform CPR.
That's it.
So can you save somebody's life and can you teach somebody else to do it?
That's good.
That's pretty much it. Like I said, they don't care about your background. They don't care about your driving record, your credit, if you were a felon or anything like that.
See, that's good.
All they want to know is can you save somebody's life and can you teach somebody else to do it?
It's crazy.
And this is like a multi-billion-dollar
Yeah.
industry, by the way.
I was literally I was scrolling on social media literally yesterday, and it was it was two little boys. It was so the mom had went and she let the teenagers watch the kids. You know the teenagers ain't paying attention to nothing. They doing their own thing. But the two little boys was in the backyard, and one was on like the younger brother was on like a little floaty in the pool, and he fell off the floaty, and he couldn't swim at all.
Wow.
So now the brother is just there. He like 9. He just panicking because he can't swim. So he trying to like reach, but he can't reach. And it was like the
Yeah.
boy was under the water for like 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And so then it was like he heard it was a guy walking past the fence. He heard the guy like the kid screaming like. So then he came and he jumped in the pool and he did CPR. Now, I don't know if he was certified. I don't know if he really knew.
Listen, in that case, you don't have to. Just pump on their chest. Like in that case, and you can mess some things up, but it's better to at least try than not do anything.
Yeah.
So I would at least recommend just start. Like just
Yeah.
pump on their chest. If you don't want to put your mouth on them, don't do that, but you can still pump on their chest.
Do you got to put your mouth on folk?
You don't. You can just do
Cause,
hands-only
cause I'm just
compressions.
saying, like, if that was me, I don't know if I want to put my mouth on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I want to put my mouth on somebody.
You don't. You can do hands only. You
Okay.
can do hands only compressions, or they have like little keychains where they have like the little mouthpiece
Yeah.
where you don't have to be mouth to mouth with a
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
But aside from the money piece, like aside from the finance piece, like situations like you just mentioned, I feel like Eric, you know how to do CPR.
I do not know how to do CPR.
Why not?
This is why I'm asking you. So, just in case if I get in a situation, now I know I ain't got to put my mouth on somebody.
You got kids,
I
right?
do got
And you
kids.
have a spouse, right?
Yes, I
And
do.
you have family and friends, right?
Absolutely.
So why not?
So everybody should know CPR, right? Now I
Absolutely.
put my mouth on my family. I'm talking about a stranger.
I know what you
If I'm
mean.
if I see somebody drowning right now, I just don't know.
Listen, I feel like people look at CPR almost like insurance. Like you don't even think about it
Yeah,
until you
yeah.
need it,
Until you
or you
need
don't
it.
even think about it until it's time to do it, and that's the wrong time.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like any and everybody, if you have kids, if you have family, friends, anybody that you care about, you need to know how to do that.
Now, here's what I want to know because again, I'm learning. Is there different like forms of CPR? And what I mean by that is like, okay, so let's just say there's somebody in some water, then they got to get pulled out, and then you got to lay them down. But then there's also people who choke, right? So they if I'm choking on some food, like I heard a story, somebody had lost a family member because she was in a restaurant and she had choked on some asparagus. And I said, I don't want to eat no more asparagus. But that's a whole other thing, right? But she choked on asparagus. So I'm like, well, why couldn't nobody save her? Like, ain't that a form of some kind of
So
CPR?
that's doing the Heimlich maneuver,
Yeah.
where you are like trying to thrust air in their abdomen in order to expel whatever it is that they're choking
And
on.
you
But
and you
eventually,
and you learn that too, right?
yeah,
Okay.
you do. I mean, you do like Narcan training. Everybody with these fentanyl overdoses and things like that, that's happening.
I don't know
So
nothing about that. What's that?
what, fentanyl?
Like what you said? What's the training?
Oh,
Narcan?
Narcan.
What is
When you're
that?
giving them Narcan, which is like the reversal agent for fentanyl. So they give them away for free at the fire station, like the nasal.
So
But they're
that's the thing when
injections.
you smell it, it like burn
Yeah.
your nose and stuff.
Now I don't know if it burned their nose or whatever,
But
but
it makes you want to wake up. It makes you like it just
yeah, it reverses, or it's supposed to, because it don't work for everybody. Sometimes people still pass away,
wow.
but it reverses the effects of opioids or fentanyl in particular. And so I don't know why, like CPR has really been my ministry in these last 2 years or
Wow,
so.
that's good.
Because I'm hearing all, even with what was that guy name? I think it was Rich Homie Quan or somebody, and you're listening to the 911 call, and they're trying to coach the young lady through CPR. Although I mean, it may or may not have saved him. It sounds like he was probably already gone, but I wouldn't want to be like in hindsight wondering what if, or I probably could have
Yep.
if I would have knew what I was doing. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think right now people just chase what's sexy right now, like the sexy business is like the
Yep.
credit and the funding and all the things.
Yep.
But if in the event of an event at that moment, do you wish you would have knew how to repair credit?
Yeah. Right. Right.
Or do CPR.
Right.
So that's I don't know. I just been on that so heavily
Yeah.
lately
What's
because I've lost close people to
See, and
fentanyl
I was gonna
overdoses.
ask you that, like, what is maybe a situation that you may have personally dealt with, or somebody had dealt with where somebody had to get saved? Like, have you ever had to deal with that?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Like personally and professionally.
What is that experience like? What did you have to do? What was that experience like? Did it change something in you? Like, how does it? You know what I mean? Like,
When it's your family, and I've never had to code of when I'm saying code, I mean like perform CPR, but I've never had to do that with a family member. But my neighbor, I've had to, and she actually accidentally backed over her daughter. The little daughter was like maybe 2 or 1.5 or whatever, and she didn't see the little girl come outside and ran
wow.
over her and tire print across her chest. But that little girl, we had to do CPR and she lived, but multiple patients. Like, and I don't think this is spoke on enough when it comes to healthcare workers and nursing in particular, because, we talk about burnout, but I don't think people go into depth with why we're burnt out or what it is.
Speak on it.
It is mentally and emotionally challenging when you have to perform CPR on a patient and they don't make it. And then you got to go across the hall and act like nothing ever happened and go work on your other patients. Or after we bag them and tag them, somebody else is in this bed 10 minutes later, as if
Wow.
a patient didn't just sit here and die. Like that type of stuff is mentally and emotionally draining. But I will say I have saved more than I lost with CPR. So anyway, that's my. I'm just so heavily hyper focused on that right now.
That's
So
good.
I feel like if I mean, listen, you got
So
to learn that.
you know the saying, you doing the Lord's work. You're really doing the Lord's work. You
Yeah.
know that, right?
I do. And I tell people like anybody have the ability to give life. Like you don't have to have female parts to give life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like anybody have the ability to save somebody's life.
That's good.
So if and then one young lady came in my Instagram and she was in the chat and she was like, y'all should be doing this for free. Like, why would you charge somebody to perform CPR and save their life? And I'm like, why would you not? If somebody told me, you pay me $1 million, I'm gonna teach you how to save your child's life, I'm gonna pay the $1 million.
That's right.
So I mean, everybody had a different viewpoint on it, but
Yeah. What do you think is one of the biggest issues that they're experiencing that will make them need to transition into doing something like this, where they can maybe get more time back and more time freedom, but then also maybe make the same income? Because I understand nurses and people in the medical field do make good money. And so that I think that that's a fear. You know, like I've heard nurses make some really good money.
yeah. I feel like that's a common misconception too.
Okay.
Because you make good money in certain states. Like, for example, my state, Louisiana, we not balling like California. We don't get paid like New York, and some of these other states. And then for the work that you do, it's kind of overworked and underpaid, unless you're doing a travel contract, strike, per diem. Like people don't talk about that. Every nurse I know, either they working overtime or they have more than one job or something. And oftentimes too, it's just because they mismanage their money. I mean, I'm call a spade, but I do have some nurses that make some good money. But for the ones that don't, and the ones who can't afford to leave their kids to go take a strike assignment or a travel assignment or something like that, this is, like I said, I was making 10,000 a month. Let me tell you, because y'all like money math, right? Y'all like that money math. So when I first started, I was on a contract working psych, like with the, schizophrenic and bipolar and all these patients. And it must have been a full moon or something because they was going like batshit crazy that night. And I had a CPR class scheduled the next morning and I was going to cancel it because I was like dog tired.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, there's 9 people. I can't cancel on all of them. Because, bad news travel around the world
That's
before
right.
good news get out of bed. So, I was thinking like reputation. And then it was last minute. So anyway, I was thinking I was making $50 an hour at that psych job that I'm telling you about. So that's a 12-hour shift, $600. Not even that much after they take taxes, right? So that class with the 9 students I was telling you about, I was charging $75 a person. So you know how y'all be saying one to many, right? So anyway, $75. So that was $675 in 3 hours,
Yeah.
like a fraction of the time that
Wow.
I would have made $600 working this 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
So that's when the light bulb went off, and I was like, let me just do this. So I was thinking if I could just replace these 312s, I'd be good. So I did that. And then I was like, if I can make 10K a month, I'd be good.
Yeah.
So 4 classes, that's $2,700 I was making every weekend. You multiply that times 4, because it's 4 weeks in a month. That was $10,800. So I'm like, okay. Then you're gonna have some people out here. Oh, she ain't talking about her expenses and her books and her e-cards. I make my students not make them. But the students purchase their own books.
Yeah.
I buy an e-card for the students, it's $10. I'm still at about 9,600 a month for 12 hours worth of work. Okay, so make it make sense. So
12
then
hours total for the month?
12, like 4 3-hour classes. Well, no, I'm sorry, for the weekend. I was
For the
doing
week.
12 hours a weekend.
Okay.
Yes, a weekend.
But that's
So
still good though.
that's still good. $2,700 for 12 hours, because that was what I made in one weekend.
So it's probably a mama. I ain't gonna forget the guys or a daddy somewhere watching this, and they like, hold on. So you mean to tell me I could work 3 days out of a week? Let's just say if you did it, if you make $2,700 on the weekend, somebody could maybe work maybe Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, because most people are off they job on the weekend, so you don't want to inconvenience somebody. So if they work those 3 days, they can make $2,700 and they make $10,000 for the month. Then somebody could technically do this part time and make 3 times what the job is normally paying you to work 40 hours a week.
Right. You making more money
Y'all
in a
better go.
fraction of the time.
She said, "Come see her, y'all." She said, "Come see her."
Like more money in a fraction of the time. And so I get a lot of slack in the comments sometimes because they'll, again, they say, oh, she don't consider expenses,
Yeah.
but I do.
Yeah.
You just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Or that's capped because I've been teaching CPR for 10 years and I never did that. Well, you've been doing something wrong for the last 10 years.
That's right.
Because it is doable. Like this didn't get to be a $1 billion industry because nobody was making money.
That's right.
Okay.
You know what's crazy? You need to tell the next person who comment this. Well, when I ask you how much you make at your job, you don't cut the taxes out. You be like, I make 50,000 a year, and you got your chest out. Well, you ain't take that 20% out either, brother.
Okay.
Talking about you really taking 30,000 home. What we
Yeah.
talk about? So y'all better cut my girl some slack in the
Listen.
comments, okay?
And then when I go live, because I think it's just like a lack of awareness, I'll ask them, like, how many of y'all CPR certified? And they, oh, me. And I say, how much did you pay for your class? $100, $75, or whatever. And then I say, well, how many people was in your class? Oh, I had 10 in mine. I had 15 in mine.
That's good.
I'm like, okay, well, if you do $100 times the 15 people that was in there, you do the math. Like this ain't cap. And then I said, well, did you pay for your books or did they pay for your books? Oh no, I had to bring my own book. Okay, so that's telling me this person, whoever it is, man or female, they profiting big time. And then I say, well, do you think that was their only class they had that week or that month or whatever? I mean,
Look, can I do a Can I do a Friday night class? That's one. Saturday morning, Saturday night. That's 3. Sunday morning. Even if I just want I could really do 4 classes in a weekend. Really?
I do classes during the week too, just because like daycare centers, the people can't leave the kids. So we go to the daycare center, provide the class, and they be done. And then I'll send them a little class, the theoretical portion, they can do that online. That way when I get to them, all we doing is check off on skills. That's 30 minutes,
Yeah.
6, 7, 8 people.
Hold on.
I done made like $400-$500 in 30 minutes.
I got a good question.
Yes.
For CPR, is there CE classes that they got to take?
Yes.
So you got to continuously educate yourself, and then do the people have to recertify for CPR
Every 2 years?
So the daycare owners have to, like daycare owners and stuff, they have to every 2 years. So you really got reoccurring revenue.
Absolutely.
Oh
Yes.
hell no!
So I don't even market anymore. Like if anybody look at my social or whatever, you might see me do an instructor class, and that's a whole nother bag because now I teach instructors. So instead of me charging 75 or 100 a person, I charge $575 a person.
Right.
So I told somebody that was asking me the most that I've made teaching CPR, and I was like 3,500 for 4 hours.
Yeah.
But I was teaching instructors.
Correct.
So the bag is different. And then there's another opportunity if you want to do ACLS or which is more advanced.
Okay.
Or working with NRP like newborns or pediatrics. Like it is levels to it.
Wow.
And then when you get in that corporate space, that's a whole nother bag.
That's a whole. I don't know. I know earlier I said I don't want to do no CPR. No, but I don't know, this money sounding. This sounding pretty good. Now this is
You
good.
get in that corporate
Now
space.
is that how you made 32,000 in 1 month? Is that how you made?
Oh no.
That was doing something totally
That
different.
was a CNA.
Okay.
That was before
Okay.
I even started dealing with CPR.
Got you.
Yeah, that was
But
CNA.
that was like work, and this
Yeah.
is like less work.
Absolutely.
So in this industry, what is the best month you've had so far in this industry?
About 12,000.
Okay.
Just part time.
And that ain't even no real hours. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay. Man, y'all heard. Listen, CPR. Let's get into it. Now, if a person came, what is there anything else that you could couple up with CPR that they can also that a person can also learn? Like, let's just say if they say they don't want to only do CPR, can they do IV hydration? All that, and you can teach them all of this
So
stuff.
several of my mentees own other businesses.
Okay.
And a lot of them came to me to couple with their other businesses.
There we go.
For example, one young lady, she owns a nanny company. which I'm like, nanny. Okay, cool. Well, whatever. But it makes her more marketable.
Yeah.
She has a great reputation. She teach babysitting classes and provide the CPR to her staff.
That's good.
And so now, like, she stay booked out. She stay booked out. Another young lady does background checks, fingerprints. Another young lady has a drug testing company. And so they add CPR to all of that stuff. And then the lady with the group home too, who I got approved
Yeah.
last month.
Wow.
Yeah, she offers CPR services too. So it couples with a lot of things. And then too, Dion, you got to think about it. I heard a lot of people saying something about saturation. That was in the comments too. It's saturated.
Yeah.
It's saturated.
Yeah.
How many people on the planet?
8 billion.
Okay, there's 8 billion heartbeats, right?
That's right.
Unless they do not resuscitate, you got 8 billion people that's a potential customer or client for you.
What's a do not resuscitate? Like let me
That
die?
means let me die. Yeah.
Somebody sign up for that?
Yeah.
Oh no. Like give away my organs or let me keep my organs. Just let me
I mean,
die.
you have some organ donors, but
That's
some people,
interesting.
you got to think they've been suffering with cancer or something
Okay.
like that, or they on hospice, or, and they don't want to
Yeah.
go through that trouble. So you do have some people that's like, do not resuscitate.
Mm,
But aside from them, anybody with a pulse is your potential customer or client.
yeah.
So how can this be saturated?
That's good.
Like, make it make sense.
That's good. I like it.
Yeah,
This
man.
is interesting. This is like when I say you taught me something today, you taught me more than something. I had not a clue. Like I understood you was in the medical space, but I didn't know
Yeah,
exactly what it was and how
yeah,
you were helping people. You really are doing the Lord's work. So I got
absolutely.
two final questions for you. One is, what is something that I did not ask you today that you want the people to know about you?
About
Yep.
me, that you did not ask, because you asked some good questions today.
Yep.
Like you did
I,
get to the meat.
listen, we gonna get straight to it.
You got to the meat and potatoes. I'm still outside. Like, I'm still doing the dirty work. Like, I still answer the phone. Like, somebody
Wow.
called the other day and was like, it's you. Like,
Yeah.
you surprised I'm answering the phone. Yes, I still take my students to clinicals. Like, I'm still rubbing elbows with the people.
That's good.
I just did I tell you that?
What?
Or maybe I put in the chat. I had got approved for that. It was $180,000 grant.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, rubbing
That's
elbows and
good.
partnerships. Like, you got to maximize some
Yeah,
partnerships.
I need help. I need that $180,000 grant too. Put me on.
Man,
Put me on. I need
yes,
that.
that's those partnerships. Listen, you got to get you some partners.
That's good.
But yeah, I'm still outside for real.
So
Like,
you still in the field,
still
still
in the
in
field,
the trenches, still doing the
still
work.
in the trenches.
And I think that that's what makes a good teacher too.
Yeah,
Like I'm actually doing the thing in real time that I'm teaching you. It's not like I'm thinking maybe, but things could change. You still in the field.
I'm still in the field, so I'm a practitioner for real.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
what the guys used to say. I'm a guru and not a guru.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
I'm a practitioner for real. So you can't come feed me no BS
That's good.
about what can and can't be done, because I do this
That's
for
good.
real.
You do it for real, for real.
Yeah.
All right. And so my last question would be, what is one piece of advice you want to like leave the people with that can help them dominate in any industry that they're in right now?
I feel like they need to learn what it is that they're doing. What I mean by that is, like, learn what your business is for real. It kind of touched back on what I was saying when I was saying CPR is not a healthcare business, it's a marketing business. Or car dealerships. They're not a car sales business.
Yep.
They're a finance and service business.
That's
Like, you
right.
got to figure out, and then they make their money. The cars just happen to be their product.
That's right.
Or banks, for example, they don't just store your money, or they're a lending business. Like, you got to figure out whatever it is you do. You got to figure out what your business is for real. So as far as me teaching CPR, my business, I'm not just healthcare education. Our business is workforce development and giving people opportunities. That's the real underlying business.
Yeah.
So figure out what your business is for real, and
That's
then go from there.
That's good. That's good. I need you to let the people know how they can find you, and if somebody wants to come learn from you, what do they need to do in order to get in contact with you?
I am Marsha Means Business on every platform. So Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Marsha, like Marsha,
Yep.
means business. And all
Gotcha.
they gotta do is shoot me a DM, and then they can check out my free masterclass too. They can click the link.
Okay.
I do a free masterclass weekly.
Okay.
I know you. I know what you told me. Like ramp it up before you even say it. Like
Yeah,
I know what you
because
said.
listen, they're gonna be watching. They're gonna come to your class and it's gonna say
Like
fool.
I know what you
So
said,
listen,
but
y'all. I need y'all
weekly.
to make sure y'all go follow for the family. Get with her. Get connected. She's hosting a free class for everybody. Listen, if you watching this, go follow her on all social platforms. Click the link in her bio. Sign up for a free class. And listen, go to that. Listen, don't just go to the class and just be in there just to be in there. Go learn something and go apply it so that way you can make some money. Listen, this has been another episode of Dominate the Decade podcast, where we bring you these high-level conversations, high-level people doing it in real time. I need you to take what you learned today, and I need you to go apply it to your business so you can dominate. And while you are dominating, while you're doing it, I need you to love on the people and keep God first. This is another episode. Peace out.